Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules
and Saud,
and welcome back to our channel and happy Pride Month. In honor of Pride Month, we wanted to do another queer couple Q&A. Our last one caused a lot of problems with YouTube.
Yeah.
We got demonetized, but we are not here for the money at all with this video. We just want to celebrate Pride with you guys and answer questions that I feel like we don't answer often. I feel like we don't touch on the topic often, and what better time than now?
I feel like especially when it comes to YouTube, just because we do get flagged on said videos like that, we do talk about it like on Snapchat. I talk about my top surgery, all of my testosterone updates, like every single time I miss my T-shot and then I'm getting a reminder is because of Snapchat.
Yeah, so if you guys don't have us added on Snapchat, our barcodes are right here. Please go add us. This is where we can speak freely and truly be ourselves, because unfortunately we just really can't on this platform.
YouTube and us have been battling, but we are here and we are going to be answering a bunch of, LGBT questions.
Let's get into it.
Also, the pillows in the back. I didn't even realize that is like almost like the trans flag.
We got the whole rainbow and then we got the trans flag.
Yeah.
So I literally brought these pillows in here just to add a pop of color because the background was so gray. And then I was like, oh, I didn't even mean to do that.
Yeah.
But I did that. Also, before we get into it, if you guys are wondering where my lovely jewelry is from.
I mean, you really can't.
Jules by Jules. Shop julesbyjules.com. We just had a summer collection that is completely waterproof drop on the website. Perfect for summer, going to the beach, swimming, all that fun stuff. But that's not what this video is about. So let's answer your questions. Okay, the first question is, when did you know what your sexuality was?
Do you want to go first or me?
Yours is more longer and complicated. So should we start with yours?
I'd say from a very young age, like really young, I felt like I was a boy, but I never knew like being trans was like a thing, because that's not something I really learned. And then when I first started high school is when I came out as gay, and then that also felt like that just didn't really suit or like fit me as a person. And then that's when I realized, oh my gosh, I'm trans, because that's when I started to learn about being trans and what trans actually is. And long story short, that's just what my process was.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, I felt some type of way, and then I was like, okay, let me, try this. Came out as gay, then again, didn't really fit me, Here I am today.
Mine's kind of the complete opposite. I never really, I grew up in the South where at the time, nobody was gay. Nobody was trans. I didn't grow up knowing what any of that was. I feel like I was just kind of always going with the flow. I never thought of anything. And then I personally didn't realize till later in life. I knew that like I had kissed girls and I had kissed boys, and I knew that like I didn't enjoy kissing said boys so much as I did like my friends, for example, but I didn't really like my friends. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of how
you like kissing your friends more. That's what you just said. Yes,
I enjoyed kissing the girls more, but I also think it's because of who they were and I was more comfortable with them. Fast forward, later on in life, I meet Saud, and at the time Saud identified as a female, and I was like, well, you're the first like girl I've like talked to. Like I always dated straight cis men.
When we first started talking, Julia thought I was a boy, so that just made me feel better.
I did. I thought he was a pretty boy, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm a girl," and I was like, "Oh my god," because like I said, I didn't grow up around that. Yeah. So it was different for me, but I was kind of just in the mindset of, you know what, like I just like you for you, no matter who you are. And eventually he came out as trans, and I was like, yeah, still like you. And I think the thing that made me realize what I was, because I think we said I was bi for a while because I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what label. Yeah. And then I realized, I found out what, kind of like how you found out what trans was, I found out what pansexual was, and then I was like, that's me. Like I don't care how you identify, I don't care what you have, I don't care if you detransitioned tomorrow. Like,
yeah.
I fell in love with you for you and who you are, and yeah, that's really how I discovered me.
Everybody, you know, some people discover earlier in life, some people discover later in life, but, you know, it is what it is.
It is. Do you often feel judged by others?
I would say yeah, but I try not to let it get the best of me personally. I feel like, especially like, say if I'm going to the beach and I have my shirt off, it's like, I know somebody's probably looking, but sometimes it's just like, it is what it is. I feel like before I was less confident, so I wouldn't like care what others think, but at the same time I would. Nowadays it's like, I feel more comfortable on who I am as a person, so, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think not even like
I'd say it's mostly family, sorry.
I was gonna say, I think not even speaking for us, but just the community as a whole, I feel like the LGBTQ plus community gets judged and gets targeted a lot more than other people.
Yeah.
I would say me personally, I don't, because you look at me and people just think like I'm a straight female. But it sucks because like I see Saud get it harder from people around him sometimes, and it makes me really sad.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that you don't let it get to you.
Yeah, I feel like I've been on social media and I've been out for a very long time, so it sucks to say, but I've been dealing with it for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to cope with, but I know for other people it's something really hard to cope with, and it's something you need to learn over time to cope with, but I cope very well with it. So
he does. Okay, this is a very commonly asked question, and we've explained this in videos in the past, but we'll go on and make it sweet and simple for this.
Yeah.
How would you guys have kids? So the way we would have kids is Saud had egg retrieval about, was it 2 years now?
I think it was, yeah, I think it's coming up on 2 years.
It was a while ago. So Saud went through egg retrieval before he started T to have his eggs saved. And then I'm also going to go through egg retrieval because I personally will not be pregnant. I could get pregnant and carry Saud's egg, but I'm not. That's not the choice and road and path we're doing. So we're going to have a surrogate. So we'll use Saud's egg and a donor for one. And then we'll use my egg and a donor for the other. But both times we will have a surrogate.
Yeah.
And that's how we'll have kids.
How hard was it for you to come out? Did you ever like actually like come out?
I didn't come out.
You never like
I was just like, I'm dating a girl.
Yeah. I was gonna say, for me, I didn't, the first and second time I really didn't like tell anybody. Like I told you guys on YouTube, and that's when everybody heard.
Yeah.
Like when I first came out, my mom asked me like, do you like girls? And that's kind of like how I came out, but I feel like there were signs before that where she kind of already knew. And then the second time, it's just like, I just posted it on YouTube one day.
My parents sat me down and they asked if I was gay, and I knew I wasn't gay, but I didn't know any other terms, so I didn't know what to say. So I remember I just kept telling them, I just like Saud. I don't know, I'm not gay, but I just like Saud.
What's something you didn't expect from coming out? Is there anything that you were like, oh, that's different or that's new?
No, I feel like because I really didn't come out.
I would say for me, just kind of this sort of relief in a way of coming out, because I felt like if, I know everybody's path and journey is a little bit different, but for me, coming out was feeling like I could be myself finally and then do what I want to do. Like as soon as I came out like to the world, like I was already out long before that, but I was able to finally use the pronouns I was comfortable with. I was finally able to feel like, okay, now I can have, or now I can get my top surgery. I felt like now I can do the things that I want to do and not feel uncomfortable, because I used to like even like with my family, like when I was going to get top surgery, like I wasn't even telling people I was getting surgery. I just kind of went. So like a lot of people said like, how did your family take it? And I just did it very quietly, and I was hoping nobody would react. Like, and that's like,
that's really how it went.
It's just how it really went. And like, I was really, really scared, and I understand why people are scared. I hear about all the stories that like happen and that affect people, and I just didn't want that to happen to me, so I kind of did it secretly.
When I brought you around my family, like when we were dating, were you identifying as a girl?
At first, I think so.
I know the first time you came over, you did. I do remember, actually. No, you're right. So I think something that was unexpected but in a good way for me is I remember calling like my mom and other family members and being like, hey, just so I forget this because it's been so long.
Girl, we've been dating for a very long time.
So in the beginning I introduced Saud as like my girlfriend, which is so weird to say now. I know, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
But I remember like calling everyone and being like, hey, just so you know, like, you know, Saud is transgender and is using he, him pronouns. Like, I'd really appreciate like if you guys could like respect that and understand. And I was actually shocked. Not that like I shouldn't be, like my parents are very supportive, but like I said, like from the South, not knowing anything, not being around gay people, I didn't know what transgender was either. Until you came out as transgender. They were like, okay, yeah, that's great. And I was like,
you're like, okay.
And they actually like caught on so quick. And I think that just shocked me because I know sometimes like people have the habit of like saying like the wrong one still. But I was actually very surprised at how quick even my grandma. And she be calling me all my cousins' names. It takes her 10 times to get to mine. But she gets Saud. And I'm like, thank you. Okay, someone said, Jules, how did your parents react when you told them you were pan? Kind of like I said, I didn't. I didn't. I think they were like a little confused at first when I was dating Saud for like all the reasons I've given throughout this video, like not growing up around it, like XYZ. But they were fine. And I never was like, this is my label. It was just, it is what it is. And like with like one of my grandmas, I have no idea what she thinks. I have no idea. Like, I know she knows I'm dating you. But like she's just like,
it is what it is.
Like I have no idea what she thinks.
That's kind of the vibe. As long as you're happy, it is what it is.
How much has your life changed after coming out?
I feel like a lot. I feel like, especially like I said, like being able to come out and then like feeling like comfortable enough where I can actually transition and look and feel and
I mean, you are a whole different person.
And be the way I wanted. So if you guys want to see like before pictures and stuff or us reacting to it, like let me know, because it's crazy. Like seeing my first tee shot versus now, what I look like, I'm like, holy,
I have a whole different boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really
I mean,
crazy.
You look so good. I thought you looked so good back then, but you look so good now.
No, I feel like I did not look good back then.
You did. But that's because you're being hard on yourself. And, like, you look how you want to look now. That's it. And I'm happy for you.
Yes. Who did you tell first?
I was just going to say.
Oh, man.
Who did you tell first?
Which time? Damn.
I told my friend Ashley.
I don't recall.
Back in high school.
This was the thing. A lot of people knew I was gay or that I liked girls at the time. So like,
you didn't have a friend you like confided in first, like when you were like,
maybe, but like I feel like
long ago
a lot of my friends were also like figuring it out back then. So I think we all maybe confined in each other.
Okay.
The second time, I don't know who I told first.
I think it was me.
No, it wasn't you.
For the trans?
No, it wasn't you.
Who was it?
I don't know, but I know it wasn't you because that's when I was figuring out stuff.
You're right, it wasn't me.
That's what I mean, like,
you're right, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't me.
That's
okay.
But both times it was me trying to figure myself out, so I don't really know. I know damn well it wasn't a parent. But like, besides that, like, I don't know, a friend, but we were also probably trying to figure life out.
I get it.
So.
Someone said, should I wait until I get T to start getting tattoos?
I wouldn't say it does anything, personally. I mean,
I don't think so.
The whole reason why I waited to get top surgery and to be on T is because I was just uncomfortable with, like, people, like, judging me. That was, like, my whole thing of, like, somebody's gonna judge me, like, somebody in my family's gonna judge me, like, I can't show up to this event, I can't do this because they're gonna hate me now. And then I kind of realized, like, they weren't hating me, and I just feel like I shouldn't have waited that long.
It's okay.
To do what I wanted to do. But we're here now.
Yeah.
And we did it.
And that's all that matters.
So it is what it is at the end of the day.
Slay. How do you deal with people judging? Honestly,
like,
just let them be miserable with their
like we said, or like I said at the beginning of this, we've been on social media for so long and we've
been told everything in the book, honey.
Yeah, so
I think it's easier when you're on social media and you get ridiculed all day.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, like, you know, if you're just sitting home watching this, it's hard. It's hard no matter what when people say things to you. I think the biggest thing is gaining that I don't give a F mentality. And
not even like in a stuck up way. It's more of just like, this person is really bored with their life.
If they're taking time to hate on you
about your sexuality
and
like and how you feel and how you're just trying to be happy, like, and someone's trying to take that away from you, like, there has to be something wrong with
I will just never understand homophobic or transphobic people, because it's like, at the end of the day, no one is forcing you to live that life.
Yeah.
No one is forcing you to, like, marry the same gender, do whatever. So I just don't get why people don't care about themselves.
Yeah.
Like, focus on yourself. Your life is probably a mess.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I still get the one or two comments that I'm like, damn, like, that sucks. But at the end of the day, I'm like,
always remember, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
As a pansexual dating a transgender man, what problems do you face? I don't think we face problems.
I think just our relationship is a problem sometimes.
What? Like, oh, actually, we do face problems.
What do you mean?
We get targeted on YouTube that we're filming on right now.
I also feel like sometimes we're not, like, brand friendly. There's a lot of, like, cis couples that would get a brand deal versus us.
And I always get the comments that I'm dating a girl.
Yeah, so it's like we get stuff like that.
So,
but even in cis relationships, there are struggles here and there that they probably deal with that we don't deal with, and you know, it is what it is. I feel like also one thing that gets pushed on us a lot is just like the whole child thing, and it's like, it's a little bit more complicated for us, and that is one thing that does suck, I feel like, for us personally. It's like, not one day you could wake up and be like,
no,
hey, I'm pregnant,
honey.
and surprise me.
No, we have to, I feel like no one's ever fully ready, and we have to choose a day where we're like, we're fully ready. Yep.
It starts now.
Like, that, to me, that's more scary than just risking it. Yeah. Risking it for the biscuit. Like, planning it is so scary to me.
Yeah. I mean, one day you could surprise me that the surrogate is
no, but it's like, no, that's such like a big, like, you have to pick the egg, you have to pick the embryo, like,
so I
you
feel
can
like
pick the healthiest embryo, like, there's just so much.
So I think that is one thing that kind of, like, gets pushed upon us, too, but again, a cis couple also gets that pushed upon them. Any couple, I feel like, on social media does, but it's just a little bit more stressful over here, because we gotta be doing a couple surgeries before we do that.
How's testosterone going?
I would say it's going really good. The facial hair is, I would say it's going pretty good. I mean, I got a couple patches that need to fill in here and there, but in all honesty, I don't know if I told YouTube this, but I definitely told Snapchat this. I used to get my shot in my tummy, and then it started hurting really bad in my stomach.
He lost all his fat.
I got like a little, but like it ain't enough. So Julia does it in my booty. So
he gets booty shots.
So I also missed one shot, and instead of Tuesdays, it's now Fridays, and I'm dealing with one complication right now.
Yeah.
And I hope it's just a fluke.
It's a fluke. It's a fluke.
But besides that, I'm good. It's not, but should I explain what it is? Cause
do you want to?
So, when you do start testosterone, usually, for the most people that do start T, you stop bleeding. That is one question that I feel like probably got asked and we didn't answer. And I stopped bleeding. I went through egg retrieval, started testosterone, never.
I mean, but you stopped right away.
Yeah, never.
It normally takes like
never
months.
had my period ever again after that, and now I'm a year and like 5 months.
Yeah,
I'd say a year and 5 months or something like that. And I missed my T shot, and now instead of Tuesdays, I'm taking them on Fridays.
And he's never missed a T shot
before. And I've never missed a T shot before, and then I started to kind of like spot.
Which I told him, I don't think it's going to turn into a full period. I think his hormones probably got
just hearing it
out of whack from the few days of missing.
Yeah, so I think I'm fine, but it's just like, that is one thing I don't miss. That is one thing. That is the one thing that really could go, like, goodbye.
Yeah.
But we're
Besides
good.
That,
so far, so good, though, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
If you're part of the LGBTQ plus community and maybe you're afraid to come out, just know that we understand. You are not alone.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
many
did it
people
twice,
have been
trust
there.
me. It is.
And just know you are valid, you are loved, we love you. And
you're beautiful and you're amazing and we love you and we're here for you if you guys ever need us. If we didn't answer your question here, please ask us on Snapchat, Instagram, in the comments, wherever you feel comfortable.
We see things on Snapchat the most, so please reply to us, send us a message on Snap. Guarantee we will see it and reply to you.
Yes.
But with that being said, we love you guys. We will see you later and stay A1.